are here with another video. So today we are doing a reaction to a video. It's called Sheriff's Deputies versus the Police Department. I was sent this video from my best friend and Native Girl. They sent me this video for me to respond to. I looked at it a little bit. I have not seen the whole video. Usually what I do when I get these videos, I look at it just for a little bit to see if I can have a good reaction for the first part of it. And then I'll stop it so I can do a blind, kind of like a blind reaction to later on in the video, because I don't want to have an opinion about it before I do the video. There are some videos that I feel like I might go ahead and watch it before it, but for the most part, I'm gonna just do a blind reaction to most of the video, all right? So, apparently in this video, you have police officers and sheriff's deputies arguing. I've already heard about this, I just never seen this video, that the sheriff jail would not let inmates come into the jail or something like that. I don't know exactly what happened, but let's see what happened, man. Let's go ahead and start up the video and see what's going on.
Move the goddamn car, or I'm gonna move the myself.
Go move it.
Yep.
How you gonna move it?
Move the goddamn car, man.
Car.
Why? Huh?
Hey, so first of all, when I first saw this, I was like, dang, they about to go to blows. But he was just blowing smoke. That's one of those things. He was just blowing smoke. I don't know, man. Trying to be a bully, it looked like to me. We'll see. Let's go.
Y'all act like a bunch of goddamn kids, man.
They don't give a f about us. They don't give a f about us.
What this video shows is as many as a dozen police officers with suspects they had arrested waiting outside the Muskogee County Jail on the night of July 16th into the early morning hours of the 17th. Some of those officers and their suspects.
Hold on, let's go back and see exactly what that said. I don't know. Okay, fearing an overcrowded jail, the sheriff office that runs the facility had asked police to call off a special crime suppression detail involving the Georgia State Patrol. Okay. I don't know. Okay. Well, apparently the sheriff asked them not to do this suppression detail. But the only problem with that is when you're using different entities, it's kind of hard to cancel. I don't know how long before they started this he said cancel it, if it was the day of or what, but like I've had situations where I've used the federal government before, and it was one of those things. It didn't matter rain, sleet, snow, shine, we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it because we called in these other resources to help us out. So I don't know exactly what this is about, him calling it off. If he did it and time gave them enough time to cancel or what?
County Jail on the night of July 16th into the early morning hours of the 17th. Some of those officers and their suspects waited for hours, and as you're about to see, it got tense. This video has been edited to remove profanity. WRBL talked to Sheriff.
Police refused, so the jail changed booking order for prisoners. Instead of first come, first served, deputy prisoners would be booked first, then state troopers, then police. Wow. 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 I don't know if I like that. I wouldn't like that at all. I mean, first come, first serve is supposed to be how it is, man, because the biggest problem with this, I already know what this is about. This is about whose wee-wee is bigger. It's got about, and guys, please excuse me because I'm trying not to curse anymore. So please excuse me. But what this is about is whose Johnson is bigger. I think that's what it is. And ultimately, when it comes down to it now, you guys know I'm a police chief. I try to call it how it is. The sheriff got a bigger wee-wee than me, man. He's got more power. He's got more things to take care of. He's got more things to handle when it comes to his job. So he has more say-so on how I operate because of the jail, because of the courts, because of things of that sort. Now, he doesn't tell me how to operate my department, but I have to go off how he wants me to operate when it comes to me bringing prisoners to the jail, or my officers bringing prisoners to the jail. And prime example is the sheriff sent out a newsletter to all the surrounding departments that use the jail facility. One of the things that he put in there during the COVID stuff and all that stuff was that during this situation, with all the sickness going around, if the person can be charged on citation, please charge them on citation. Do not bring them to the jail. And because of that and the reason of that is because they were having widespread of the virus going throughout the jail. So they didn't want to bring anybody from the outside in, and they didn't want to risk officers getting sick as well because they brought somebody in. So what he said was, just write them a citation if you can and let them go. Cite and release is what he was saying. Now, if you can't do that, then that's one thing. And what they did was they made the process a little difficult. Well, not difficult, a little longer. So what you would have to do what our booking process now is, without any restrictions or whatever, is you take them to the mag's office, right? You charge them, get them charged, and then you walk them over to the jail and you get them processed in the jail. They get searched and all that stuff. They give you your handcuffs after they search them, make sure there's nothing on them, and then you walk out. How it was then was you would have to take them to the jail first. You have to wait for a nurse to come from downstairs, ask them the questions of, have you been around somebody, blase, take their temperature, ask the questions. And then you would have to leave the jail, go to the mag's office, do all that. The mag would have to ask them questions as well, make sure the questions are the same. And then if their temperature was over the 101 or something like that, I think it was 101 or 100.1, I think it was 100.1, you had to take them to the hospital to get an actual test. That's how it started off. Then it got to the point where they were doing actual tests right there on site before you even went into the jail. So it was just a big old thing of how things changed. But with that being said, the sheriff kind of dictates how you do things when it comes to the jail. Now, they are obligated to do certain things a certain way. I get that. And I don't know exactly what that is when it comes to the jail because I've never had to deal with that. I don't know. And I think they do have to take in prisoners, but how they take them in, I think they can dictate that. Let's move on.
Countryman Monday afternoon. He says the deputy was reacting to an order by Columbus police to block his patrol vehicle inside the jail's Sally Port, a detainment area. As you can see in this video, a Columbus police corporal was anticipating a confrontation moments before the deputy lost his cool.
When the jail denied officers entry and let a deputy cut in front of them, police blocked the deputy's car and tempers flared, leading to a standoff. I could see how that could happen. I really could see how that can happen. Guys, you got to understand, man, the process of processing somebody in the jail sometimes, especially on the weekends, can take hours. I've been in the jail for 6 to 8 hours before trying to process somebody into the jail, man. So it can take a long time.
Hey, Snipes, they're still denying us.
We requested police body cam footage from 13 officers and condensed those events into a concise sequence.
So they got one in there and he still won't. Oh, God bless America. They won't let us in.
They won't let y'all in. They won't let me in.
Ain't that right?
No, you go in there before us, I'm gonna raise hell.
Watch this.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so that's okay. So I think that is one of the things that is like very bad when it comes to the police community is the sheriff should have told his deputies to like kind of stand down when something like this happens. That deputy should not have been like, watch this. That should not have happened because all that is going to do is going to flare temper. Now, I don't know what the relationship is with the police department and the sheriff's department. But as you can see, it's not that good of a situation, I think. And I think that's why things are the way they are. And really, when it comes down to it, man, you don't need to have that type of relationship with. I try my hardest to have the best relationship. Now, I'm not gonna let them just walk over us. I'm not gonna let anybody just walk over my department. I'm not gonna let that happen. But I still keep things as good as I can between my officers, because that is your lifeline when you're on the road and you're working and you need that backup. You know what I'm saying? So I try to keep things as good as I can, man.
I'm gonna file a complaint, a legitimate
That might
complaint.
well get a million bun. Go at home. Boom. Out of there.
Central, SB1, please.
Lieutenant Ness are about to get a complaint. 100%.
I can pretty much see they're gonna let that deputy in. They're gonna let that deputy in, and them cops is gonna be pissed off. Why?
Most unprofessional thing I've ever seen in my life.
Hey. What do you think? How my legs so bad? Man,
So wait a minute.
Don't yell it, don't start yelling. Hey, come on.
All right, I'm gonna file a complaint.
That's fine. That's fine. Good, how are you? Tell.
So that's the lieutenant right there. And the problem is those deputies have to follow orders. You can't be mad at the deputies for following orders. You can only be mad at the person giving the orders, right? So those officers' anger is pointed at the wrong person. What should have happened is those officers should have called their chief, who in turn should have called the sheriff and was like, yo, listen, man, like, come on, guys, my guys are trying to work. Can we do something about this? And try to be political about it to work things out. But right now, that hasn't happened.
Y'all have directives, I have directives. Sheriff says ain't nobody coming in, only 5 at a time. SO and GSP has priority.
So S
Hold on.
has priority.
Y'all have directives, I have directives. Sheriff says ain't nobody coming in, only 5 at a time. SO and GSP has priority.
See, he says SO, which is sheriff's office, and then patrol, state patrol, and then police. That's priority list. That's the priority list.
So SO has priority,
And
even
GSP
though
and then you guys. I mean, this is beyond my control. I don't have anything, so don't yell at me.
GSP is Georgia State Patrol. All right, and then ESP, I guess that's the police department that they're with.
All right. All right. As soon as that last one gets cleared, I'm gonna bring in 5.
Hey, yeah, unless another SO unit shows up.
This is not my decision.
Because I'm about to have a stroke.
Man, it's not, you know what though, man, truthfully speaking, it's really not that serious, bro. Like, literally, it is. I know you don't want to be in jail. I know you don't want to have a person in custody for this long, but it's really not that serious, bro. You're getting paid regardless. Just chill out. Call your chief, call your supervisor, let them, hey, bump it up. Hey, if my guys call me and say, I'm not on the road because the sheriff's office is not allowing me to bring people in there, I'm gonna get out my bed and work my hardest to get it to where we're gonna make a decision. Either you do one or the other. You let that prisoner go so you can get back on the road, and you advise them that there will be warrants taken out for their arrest. Or if they already have warrants, they know they have warrants. So make a situation to where they come and turn themselves in at a later date. If they don't, they will be picked up, right? Or you just sit there and wait. That's all you can do. There's nothing else you can do. So I don't know why he's talking about I'm about to have a stroke. I understand he's upset, but it's really not that serious.
This is a failure of justice.
And the jail does not like us, so we have 5 people sitting here outside waiting. It's wonderful. The sheriff is very pissed with us, okay? And he runs the jail, so.
There it is. I wonder why the sheriff is so pissed. I wonder what happened that pissed the sheriff off. I wonder if it's just a, I wonder if he's just trying to push his power, or is it really a legitimate complaint that he has with the police department?
Man, them goddamn supervisors can.
I understand. I get that.
So I can get the out the way. All right, so I got a call to go to. I can't go to the call because y'all want to play stupid ass childish game.
See, now this is the thing that I don't agree with. This is exactly what I don't agree with. They're stopping this deputy from going to a call because they're mad that they're not taking their, and that's just not right. You're taking the safety of the community and playing games with it. I just do not like that at all. Now, the sheriff's office is doing the same thing, but ultimately when it comes down to who's hurt more is the community, is the civilians. And you just have to, I think a supervisor needs to make a supervision decision by saying, hey, we're going to keep 2 officers here for these 5 guys. You guys go back on the road. You know what I'm saying? Like that can be done. I don't know why that can't be done. So I just don't like this situation because that deputy cannot go out and answer calls. And all this is doing right now, all this conversation is going to do is build a bigger wall between the 2 departments. That's all it's gonna do.
It ain't because of me, man. I got nothing to do with that.
Right.
Sarge, I got nothing to do with that in there. It ain't my goddamn call. It's between the sheriff and the guy that works over there. It ain't got nothing to do with me. Move the goddamn car or I'm gonna move the myself.
Go move it. How you gonna move it?
See, that's what I'm saying. They're blaming him for what the sheriff's decision was, and that's just not right. That ain't got nothing to do with him.
Move the goddamn car, man. Why? Huh? Y'all acting like a bunch of goddamn kids, man.
Y'all body cam, hey, your body cam on. Boy, turn that baby on. Hey, your body cam on. Turn it on, now.
All right, she's saying turn your body camera on because she thinks something's gonna go down. That's the only reason she's telling her to turn that body camera on, because she thinks something's gonna go down.
Turn it on till it die.
Till it die.
Body camera on. It's on. Turn it on. Turn it on if it ain't on. Put it on covert. Let me tell you something. Listen to me. Don't you guys say nothing. You take care of your prisoner, take care of your inmate, and mind your business. Have no comment. All right? You professionals, don't get into nothing. I don't care what you see go on. Let somebody square up, then you break it up. But maintain your prisoner.
She must be a supervisor.
I'm gonna go get my stuff because this is getting stupid. I'm not gonna be de-armed outside of the jail.
All right, so let me tell you guys how that works. You cannot go into the jail with a weapon. So they usually have lockers outside. Apparently this is a little bit different. They keep their weapons inside their vehicle. I've done the same thing at other jurisdictions, but in this jurisdiction right here that I am now, you have to walk across the street with a prisoner, and I'm just not gonna walk across the street without a weapon. So they have lockers right outside the door. After you go into the sally port, they close the door down so it's a secure area. After they do that, I usually put my gun in that locker. I don't leave my gun in the car because you have to walk from the magistrate's office, which is right across the street from the jail, which is maybe 20 yards, but still, you just don't want to be out there without a weapon. So same thing here. I don't know if it's, they have a sally port, so probably what they do is they come in the sally port, park, leave their gun in the car while the car is in the sally port, and then walk them to the door.
Somebody get in the goddamn car so I can get out. They want to play games because y'all ain't letting them in, so they don't want to let me out. I hope I don't see you getting your ass whooped on the street, because I'm going to drive the by, and you can tell your goddamn supervisor and everybody else I said that.
See, that's exactly what I'm talking about. He just now said that hopefully you ain't getting your ass whooped across the street, on the street, because I'm just going to drive by. That ain't good, man. That is not good.
Goddamn car. You don't want to move the goddamn car.
I don't know, but I'm probably gonna quit. This is so stupid.
Back it up so we don't have to bring it down.
Listen, man, I'm only doing what my supervisor told me. I understand. Like, this is ridiculous, and I hate that I'm dealing with this shit. But you're gonna have to talk to the sergeant over there.
No, I'll be talking to the chief. Hey, Chief, I'm sorry. We got a situation over here. We got CPD won't let our guys out, and they're about to go to blows. I'm asking your CPD officer to back up his car, and he's saying that his supervisor told him not to let him.
And again, no one on our side is threatening.
We're having a tit for tat over here. Hold on. Roll down your window. Here you go. Talk to your chief.
All I'm wondering is why it took so long to call the chief. They should have been calling the chief day one. I mean, like minute one, they should have been calling the chief. It shouldn't have took that long for them to call the chief and find out exactly what they needed to do. You know what I'm saying? So I don't get that part. Now, I don't understand what the supervisor's decision was. If my supervisor, one of the guys I got as a supervisor, if he would have made the decision to block the deputies' cars, I would have had to have a sit down with that supervisor to find out exactly what his position on to do that was. I don't feel like that's a good decision. All right, so. And again, let me preface this though. I don't know what the actual relationship is, what's happened between the two departments, because it's more than just this that's got these guys all riled up against each other. Like it's more than just this point right here. So it's a workup to this point. I don't know exactly what it was, but it was a workup.
We gotta stop playing these games. This is retarded.
Yes.
I know most of us are kind of at a standstill. Do I have anybody on Forest Road reference to 7511?
Burglary in progress. See, this is the problem. You don't have anybody on the road, guys. Y'all are messing up.
I think we're all standing on the wall in the jail.
What car is it? Hey, move your car, bro.
Fantastic.
All right, I'm getting who your sergeant is.
Hey, he's with the chief.
Okay.
Sarge, he's with the chief. Sarge.
What's your name? Got there and started rolling up. They shut me right before I got there.
Give me a second. I hear you.
That's a big boy. That's a big boy.
Sally Moore, yes, sir. Yeah, go ahead and back it up. All right.
Hey, Fairbanks, no. You stay right there, man.
Hey, Sarge. Now your sergeant over here tell him not to move.
It's locker.
Yeah, that's a big boy.
Chief said he's not moving. We got to get somebody over here. We got to put this together. This ain't respectful.
Hey, they got my guy locked in. What I gotta do with this shit? Like,
Okay, so I don't understand. The chief was on the phone. Sergeant knew the chief was on the phone. Apparently, I don't know for sure. The sergeant said, I don't care. He's not moving. Even with the chief on the phone? I don't know.
I don't want to fight. Everybody in.
Good job, Lieutenant. That's a good job.
Try to get through, and they immediately halfway open it, shut it on me, and I hear there's a deputy saying this behind the radio. That female officer's trying to get into the door. Do not let her in that door. Do not let any officer through that door.
from PD.
From the jailer. The jailers are saying that through their radio. So they won't even let us through the door. There's one person inside there, and now they let the sheriff. They booked the sheriff guys out. Now he's like screaming at us to move our vehicles. They won't even let any of our guys in. They won't book any of our guys. They won't even let us in to use the bathroom, nothing.
Oh, well.
This is the
I think this is where
This is it.
this
Like,
is as bad as it can get.
Like, we can't principle someone's crime, man.
This this is as bad as
It's pretty bad, dude. Because
They won't
that
even
really
that deputy was saying, I'm about to arrest you for obstruction.
Yeah.
To me.
Yeah.
Because this guy's got a call. But then my sergeant's telling me not to move.
Right. I have this.
And then when I
thing-
started back and he told me to stop again.
What's up, thing?
What about arrested all of them for not doing their job?
Right. Okay.
This is
Crazy.
embarrassing.
Yeah.
I really wish this is not my car right there, dude. I'm gonna leave the keys in there, dude. I really not wanting to be a part of to get charged with a crime, dude, for a stand, dude. I'm telling you right now, bro.
I'm transporting.
Possession Schedule 2, obstruction, and drug-related objects.
So far, it's all felons. All right. Get in your car, pull your people outside the fence.
Get in your car, pull your prisoner out the fence.
All right, so the captain had to come in regular clothes, as you saw, and tell everybody to get in their car and pull them outside the fence. Let's see what happens, because I have an opinion about this. Y'all gonna hear my opinion at the end, but I have an opinion about this.
Let her go home. Write me a damn court date and let me go to court.
All CPD prisoners at the jail, just leave me out there on in between the street, between the building, the SO and the CPD. We'll have our meeting there.
Let's have a seat. Watch your head, okay?
This is sad, man. They doing this shit.
Watch your legs, okay?
So it says the police prisoners were released with a court summons. That's what okay, so that's exactly, let's go ahead.
He threatened to arrest me in Fairbanks for obstruction, and in Lockhart, and also said he was going to ram the car. So I mean,
He's going to pass right by us if he ever sees us getting our ass beat on the street.
Rock bottom.
Columbus Police Chief Freddie Blackman, Sheriff Greg Countryman, and Mayor Skip Henderson afterwards said that the agencies still work well together. Yeah, right. Yeah, right. That is hilarious. All right, guys. So look. One of the main problems with law enforcement is they try to assert the authority where they have no authority. You get what I'm saying? Technically, when it comes down to it, the sheriff dictates what happened in his jail. If you want to dictate what happens in a jail, you need to become a sheriff. The deputies have no say on what they do, what their direct order is. If the sheriff was to come in my county and say, deputies will not go inside my town limits, they wouldn't be coming inside my town limits. That's just what it is. Now, what I would do is I would try not to ever be in that situation. You get what I'm saying? I've had disagreements with the sheriff before, and we've hashed them out. And it was only because of certain things that happened and the sheriff didn't like, and I didn't see a problem with it. I gave him what I thought was okay, and he gave me what he thought was okay, and we came to a median. What actually happened was we both agreed on some things and we both disagreed on other things. We were basically saying the same thing. It's just that we were both getting it out wrong. So once we came to that, we were fine. But really, when it comes down to it, man, you can't go on sheriff's deputy property. I think they were totally wrong for going onto the jail property, because that is jail property, that is county property, and dictating what happened on that property. You can't do that. Once you start doing that, then you get to the point where they start saying, well, if y'all want to act like that, we're not going to let none of y'all in. Because when it first started, the deputy was like, hey, we're going to let them in. We're going to let 5 in at a time. We're going to let them in, process them, and then we're going to let another 5 in. The officer said, well, if another deputy shows up, then we're not going to be able to get in. And that might be correct, but they are saying they're willing to let you in. What happened was when they saw that they were blocking their cars, they said, okay, y'all want to be buttholes about it? We're not going to let any of you in. So basically, you have to bow down to who's running the show at the time. If you're not willing to bow down to who's running the show and you think just because you have a badge, they got to listen to you, this is what happens. This is exactly what happened. It should have never went this far. It should have never gotten to this point. I think the chief, when they first showed up and they wouldn't let him in, somebody should have called. They should have stepped it up. They could have called the sergeant. Sergeant should have called his supervisor. And if they couldn't come to a resolution, that guy should have called. It should have worked its way up the ladder. And I feel like nobody did that until the captain came out there and did what the captain was supposed to do. Captain did a great job. Because ultimately, if I would have got that call, I would have said, hey guys, come on back out. Let's talk about this. Let's see where we're at. And I would have been pissed if it would have got to this point. I would have been pissed if it got to this point. Because ultimately, it's better to release a person than to make the relationship with the officers that bad. I think it's totally easy. It's a lot better resolution to just release the guys, give them a court date, than to make a situation this bad, the relationship between the officers this bad. All right. And that's my take. I feel like things could have been done a lot different. The sheriff did what he did. I don't think the deputies, I think the police officers were more wrong than the deputies. All right. And that's my take on it, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you hit that like button. If you have not subscribed yet, please subscribe to my channel. We got more videos coming of police perspective. And y'all know what it is, man. I'm out.